Good afternoon, Facebook family, friends. Welcome to Heart to Heart Connections with Stephanie D. Morris. Hi, it's episode 3, y'all. It's Thursday at noon, and we are going to lunch and learn today. Sorry, I don't have my music today. I've just been a little crazy, but I just want to share. It's a money thing. How many of you guys are ready to talk about money? So I didn't invite a lot of people today. Well, I did, but going live now, I didn't because I have a lot going on. So we are going to talk about money. Just like last week, we talked about SEX, right? Money is another topic that a lot of people don't talk about. I know growing up, my family, we didn't really sit down at the dinner table and talk about finances, talk about money, talk about what to do with your money. I knew you could spend money. And so today we are talking about money. So I am Stephanie D. Morris. Thank you for joining me. This is my new broadcast show called Heart to Heart Conversations with Stephanie. This is episode 3. It's a money thing. That's right. We're going to talk about money. And I want to invite you guys to like, comment, and share. Please, let me get that so you guys could comment, like, share with your family, share with your friends, share with your business partners, because we're talking about money today. And I am also on YouTube under Stephanie D. Morris. So these live, you could come on live with me. You can broadcasting live on YouTube, as well as Facebook on my personal page. And soon it will also be on the Empowerment Duo page, which is my coaching, my Lisa Santiago McNeil. She coaches me. So it's going to be on her page as well, the Empowerment Duo. A wonderful, wonderful, wonderful network. So please, on the Empowerment Duo network, you have so many other people to inspire you. They have a show, Brian McNeil, Lisa Santiago McNeil. Let's talk about it at 9 a.m. every single day, Monday through Friday. So catch them. So we are talking about money today. So please, I want you guys to, good afternoon, Dr. Deborah. Hi. Please invite all people, your peeps, so we can talk about money today. And I want to share about my experience with money. I love money. I love money. Money loves me. Sometimes I find money. It's funny. Me and my mother would be walking on the street and she would find the money. She would pick it up and she'd say, "Ooh, I got money. I got money." I swear she was a money magnet. She would find dimes, quarters. One time she found a lot of money. It was just in the street and she picked it up, and, you know, that's one of the things she was attracted to was money. And she saved money too. My mother saved some money, lots of dimes, quarters, but mostly dimes. So, hey, Bernstein, how are you? Thank you for joining Heart to Heart Conversations with Stephanie, episode 3. It's a money thing. Please share in the comments your experience about money. I know one of the things I used to talk to my mother about money was, "Mom, I need so-and-so. Mom, can you buy me this?" Every time we went to the store, "Mom, can you buy me? Can you buy me?" And finally she said, "Stephanie, money does not grow on trees." How many of you guys heard that comment? I'm going to type it in. Money does not grow on trees. That was one of my mother's famous comments. Money does not grow on trees. But here's the thing. After a while, you're a young child, you hear it. But then as I started growing up, getting older, I was like, wait a minute. Money is paper. Trees are made out of paper, is made out of trees. So can't money grow on trees? And it's funny, I wish I could show you guys, but I do have in my bedroom a metal tree, and on it I have money on it, because I have learned that you attract what you want, what you think about, what you speak, you attract it. So I'm attracting money. So let's say it together. Money flows to me easily. I have abundance now. So, hey Nisi, how are you? We are talking about It's a Money Thing on Heart to Heart Conversations with Stephanie. And I would love for you guys to share this broadcast out, comment, like, and subscribe, because we are having a conversation. And I have several things I want to talk about today in regards to money, but I want to hear from you guys. What's on your heart today about money? Have many of you guys saved money? Do you know how to budget? What are some of the comments you remember from your mom, your dad, your aunts, your uncles about money? Like I said, my mother used to say, money does not grow on trees. That was one of the ones I really, really heard. I didn't hear too many other ones, but that one. And like I stated earlier, we didn't sit down at the dinner table and talk about money. We just didn't. My mother was a good saver. Yes, she knew how to save, but she also knew how to spend. And we had great Christmases. My dad was a spender. Like his daughter, I'm a spender. Money just flows out, but it's also flowing and pouring back in. Sorry, I have a dog. Sorry for the dog interruption. And exciting today, I have a guest on my show today. His name is Rodney Archer, and he will be coming on very shortly. But I want to check on the people's heart and see what they're saying in the comments. So we have who's joining us. Bernstein says, I never bother my mother for money because I know what she had. Dr. Deborah said, my dad used to say that money doesn't grow on trees. When I found out that money was made out of paper, I told my dad he was wrong, but he did not think that was funny. Same experience. I just said that too, Dr. D. When I was older, I was like, wait a minute, money is made out of paper. So why can't it grow on trees? I said the same thing. So what's some of the other money issues you have, or sayings that you heard through your childhood when you begged your mama and your dad or your auntie, your uncle for something and they did not want to give it to you? What were some of those comments? And please like and share this broadcast so other people can join us on the lunch break, on their lunch break, while we talk about It's a Money Thing. Today we're talking about money, 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 money. Also, let's make this fun too. What are some of the songs you know that have the word money inside of it? So type it in the comments. The only one I know is money, 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 money. And I think that's by the OJs. I'm dating myself, right? So if somebody knows who made that song, please put it in the comments. So I am going to talk about how I learned a lot about money. I went to this conference and it was called the Millionaire Mind Intensive. Millionaire Mind Intensive. And it was put on by T. Harv Eker. And he has a book, The Million Mind, I think it's called The Millionaire Mind. I forgot. It's a yellow book. I have to look that up. I'll look it up. But we had, at that conference, it was all about your money and your mindset about money. And some of the things that they gave us was paper like this that says Attitudes of Wealth, Winning the Mind Game. So some of the things they say on this paper, I create my life. I create the exact amount of my financial success. Isn't that powerful? Yeah, so what type of financial success do you want to create for your life? Please put it in the comments. So we have, hey, Shannon, the cake lady. She says, Daddy said, I ain't got no money. I think a lot of our parents said that to us. We don't got no money. So any other, okay, let's see what else. That's it. Okay, so put some more comments on there about some of the money ideas, some of the ideas you have about either the success of money or lack of money, and I'll give you another one. Let's see. I admire and model rich and successful people. That is key. I'm going to read that again. I admire and model rich and successful people. And I'm going to type that in. And the premise for that statement is sometimes when we look at rich and successful people, we are often envious or jealous of them, right? And when you have that type of energy, guess what? It blocks, my nails ain't done. It blocks what you attract. Again, if you look at somebody with a Lamborghini or somebody with a mansion and you have thoughts of, how did they get that? I wish I had that. Wonder what they had to do to get that. When you have those type of negative thoughts, guess what it does? It blocks your abundance. It blocks your blessings. So what we learned at this conference is by saying, I admire and model rich and successful people. Guess what that does? I'm gonna put that up there. Guess what that does? It brings an appreciation for other people and what they have to your mind and to your energy and to your space. And that way it won't block what you want to get. Okay, I'm going to put this up. Shannon said, Daddy said, I ain't got no money. Dr. Deb said, my dad used to say that money don't grow on trees. When I found out that money was made out of paper, I told my dad that he was wrong, but he did not think it was funny. Yes. Hey, Aunt Diane, how are you? Thanks for joining. I am Stephanie D. Morris, and we are talking about money today. Yes, it's a money thing. Heart to Heart Conversations with Stephanie, episode 3. It's a money thing, y'all. Money makes the world go round. Yes, it does. And what I want to share is money is getting scarce. Well, that's not true. Money is not really scarce. What it is I'm noticing businesses, businesses, restaurants, they're saying they don't want to take the paper money. They want digital. So a lot of times you'll see the signs, please use your debit card or credit card. And I'm thinking, why is it that we restaurants and businesses don't want to take money, the paper money, the coins? That's what I want to talk about. And I have my friend Rodney Archer. He's going to come on in a few minutes to talk about wealth, what he has and knows about wealth. And he's been at this a very, very long time, even though he's young. He's very knowledgeable about the topic of money and finances. So I wanted to share him with you guys. But I'm going to go to the heart of the people and let's see what they say. We got Dr. Deb said, yes, our negative thoughts about others' success can block our blessings. Yes, it does. And Miss Shannon says, you have what you say. You are what you believe you are, rich or poor. Absolutely. Hey, Melissa. Thank you for joining our 3rd episode. We are talking about it's a money thing. It's a money thing. Heart to Heart Conversations for Stephanie. And one more plug. You can find me on YouTube, Stephanie D. Morris, and on Facebook, my personal page. And soon I will be on the Empowerment Duo page as well. So check them out, the Empowerment Duo. That's Brian McNeil and Lisa Santiago McNeil. And they have a broadcast every Monday through Friday. Let's talk about it. And it is so much fun. It's knowledge. They talk about all sorts of topics. So please join them and get connected, okay? So I'm going to bring on Mr. Rodney Archer. This is our guest for today. Rodney Archer. I'm bringing him on. Hey, Mr. Rodney.
Hello, Stephanie. How are you?
you?
Oh, doing well. Thank you for inviting me.
You're welcome. I met Rodney, guys. Oh my gosh. Listen, for all those that really know Stephanie, they know that I love to learn. I love to learn. So I love going to workshops, conferences, meetings. And I think this was an Eventbrite. I get notices on Eventbrite. And it was something about money and it's something about real estate. Because I like real estate. I don't know if you know, but now you know I like real estate. And I think it was something called Family Wealth. And I'm just sharing how I found Rodney. I saw something that said Family Wealth and something about real estate. And I was like, sounds interesting. The thing of it is, it was at a college. Now I'm new to Charlotte. And it was at a college. I had no clue where this college was. And it was at night. And I'm not good with directions, Rodney. So I got lost, but thankfully I found the building where your session was located. And it was wonderful. And you were talking about real estate and how to get money for real estate and basic things. And I remember raising my hand and answering some of the questions and meeting you. And what I like about Rodney is his number one personality. He's very knowledgeable and he has a heart for family and community and getting people together and wealth. Okay. And I know a lot of times you don't talk about money, finances, bills, budget. I mean, you hear your mom and dad say, oh, I got a bunch of bills. So no, you can't have that. Right. Or no, you can't take that trip because I got a bunch of bills. But you never hear them say, let me show you how money works. Here's what I take in. Here's what goes out. So what I love about Family Wealth is that you have a good package of knowledge on how to take control of your finances. So that's what I love. I love the logo. I just love the whole community aspect because I know that it's very hard to grow independently, right? A lot of people don't realize that because we're striving. But when you grow together and you link arms with somebody and say, hey, let me show you how this is done, right? That's what it's about. So I want to share your book so people can see it. It's Take Back Your Wealth Moving from Lack to Abundance. And it's a marvelous book, Family Wealth. Rodney Archer. And so I want you to share, Rodney, the heart behind Family Wealth and your book. When did you write the book and how it came to be? Can you please introduce yourself?
Sure. Thanks, Stephanie. And, it's been a pleasure ever since we met several years ago. Time goes by so quickly. And it's just an honor and a pleasure to, be working with you in terms of, building up our community. And so, basically I started on this journey in 2010, and this was after really, having my own financial troubles in my, personal life. And it's a shame when you have two-person household, making money and yet struggling and having strife and tension over money, all the time. And that was my case. And so, after my second debacle in marriage, I said, you know what, I got to really figure out what in the world are the 5% doing that 95% of Americans that are dead broke and still working not doing. And I'll never forget, I was in the mortgage industry at the time, and I was working for Myers Park Mortgage, which, if anyone knows Charlotte, it's kind of the, more prestigious area of town. And I'll never forget, having clients that were making $800,000 as a cardiologist and so forth, but having less than $1 million saved after being a cardiologist for 10 years. And I said, man, that is crazy. And then I saw, individuals making 30,000, living paycheck to paycheck. So it was a little bit more understandable for the 30,000, but I didn't understand how someone can make more money but be broke at another level. And
Absolutely.
and I never forget the $10,000 tax credit of 2010. And I'm doing one of these numbers, Stephanie, thinking I'm about to have a great season in the mortgage industry. And out of 100 people, unfortunately, I was only able to help less than 10 people. And I didn't know where to send them because
Wow.
they had to come ready, right? They already have the credit, they already had to have reserves, they already had to have stable employment and residence and all of that, but they came unprepared, and I had nowhere to send them, and so that was a rude awakening for me, and I was like, man, my first time homebuyer seminars ended up turning into owning everything seminars. And so I began to go down that path in terms of, preparing people for, just more financial literacy, education, and empowerment, and so forth. And then I also began to see that from a business standpoint, that we weren't really building businesses to scale, and we weren't building them to last, and that they were dying really in one generation. And I was like, man, what are we doing? And then still didn't know where to send people, even for
Right.
that. So that kind of led me down the path. It took me. I reduced my expenses, and I began to read books on finance, business, and economics. Over 100 books, and I was just on this mission to find out what were they not teaching us in these schools. And so after 7 years going through that, I basically came out of that and say, okay, all right, awesome, I'm ready now. So then that's when I wrote the book, and Take Back Your Wealth, Moving from Lack to Abundance, and launched that in September of 2018. And so, we wanted to begin to reveal basically the missing pieces that everyone really needed to know to, secure their financial future, jumpstart the children, and leave a, solid legacy for the heirs to follow.
Right. Let me ask you, Rodney, what was one of the things you remember hearing your parents say when you asked for some new sneakers?
Well, mom, she did she did pretty well. I mean, I was kind of a spoiled child. I was the only child, right?
Okay.
But we nevertheless, I mean, we just didn't talk about money a lot, though. I saw her pay the
Mm,
bills and things like that. But it wasn't until she got older that I began to see the lack of information and things that she had, because unfortunately she had to end up working all of her life. So it wasn't so much what she said; it was just watching her lifestyle, that it appeared that she was on top of things. When I was younger, and then as she got older, I began to see that the information that she had, it was not enough.
okay.
Mhm.
Interesting. So your dinner table, did you guys talk about budgets? Did you talk about savings? Did you talk about money and how it works?
We didn't talk about any of that. I mean, that was something
Wow.
that we definitely needed to talk about. And matter of fact, I put that in the book, and really wanted the idea of family, and having tabletop weekly conversations, even with the kids and things. I even had a portion in there where when it comes to the family unit, basically everyone having roles like in a business, right? The
Right.
CEO, the CFO, COO, and so forth, so that we can get used to understanding that the family unit is really like a business unit as well, and that our finances really need to be handled accordingly.
Wow. Great. So tell me more about what Family Wealth has got going on today. What are you guys doing?
Yeah, yeah. So with Family Wealth, understand that we call ourselves a corporate community. So we're corporate in the sense that we create things. So by me being a financial systems architect, I look at the marketplace, and I like to say, if I don't see it, create it. And if I don't like it, change it. And so we create things. We overlay existing systems, and for a greater benefit. And we believe also in moving as a unit, moving people together, learning together, working together, everyone having a role in our own deliverance. And so that's exciting because, for the first time, in my opinion, right, that we're attacking finance and business. And again, we're doing it together. So tonight we have we have a gentleman by the name of Jay Parker. He's been a friend of mine since 2010, and I call him the cash flow guru. I mean, that guy
Cash
there,
flow guru?
the cash flow guru. That
Wow.
guy,
Cash flow guru.
yeah,
I've never heard
he
that
really
before.
he really has a knack for for cash flow. I never forget. I was at an event, and would see him. Charlotte's small, right? And so if we
Mhm.
move around, then you're going to be bumping into kind of the same people over and over again. So I saw him at an event. He pulled me over to the side. He said, "Man, look, you got to see this." I said, "What's going on, Jay?" He said, "Man, you got to see this." I said, "What?" He said, "Look, man." He said, "Look." He said, "Check this out, man." He said, "Look, I'm making $4,000 a month on this one property." I said, $4,000. I said, "What you talking about?" So he showed me the spreadsheet, Stephanie. I mean, the guy just
Mhm.
pulls out a spreadsheet. He's like, "Look at this. This is one property." I said, "Okay, what's going on?" He said, "Look, this is the 3 bedroom. I turned it into 6 bedrooms. It's yielding four
Wait, wait,
thousand
wait, wait.
dollars."
Did I hear you right? You said he had a 3 bedroom and turned it into 6?
He turned it into a 6 bedroom.
How did that happen? That's crazy.
Listen, he turned it into 6 bedroom, and then he started charging. He was charging per week per room.
Per
So
week, per room.
per room. So he had it
That is amazing.
fully furnished, had all of the lights, gas, electric, and everything included, right? And had people going around weekly picking up the rent and things like that. And so he literally he was cash flowing, on paper $4,000, and then furthermore
Wait,
his
$4,000 a month?
a month, and then the liability was less than $900. It was crazy, right? And I'm like, man, come on.
Wow.
And so I didn't believe it on paper. I said, man, let me see what you talk about. So not only did he have the one property, but he showed me two others and showed me the spreadsheets and showed me the properties and so forth. And they were doing the same thing. I said, man, that is ridiculous. That's crazy. He said, man,
Wow.
I got it down. I got my system down. I said, I guess so. And so he went on and was talking about other cash flow ventures that he had going on and things like that. And so we begin to have a conversation, and I said, "Look, Jay," I said, it's time for us to work together. And I said, there's a platform that we can utilize. And so we came up with the name Fit Club. I mean, we did all this stuff. You remember the whole process. I mean, we were moving pretty quickly in terms of developing everything in a matter of months. And then voila, boom, Fit Club. We're like, look, let's get these people financially fit. Let's give them some money. Let's make sure they got their credit straight. Let's make sure they know how to eliminate debt. Let's have some fun with this thing. So in January 18th, this year, we basically launched the Fit Club. And so tonight we have Jay Parker speaking at 8 o'clock p.m. Everyone really needs to come out. We got to get your mind right, okay? We got to get your mind right because we believe in not only setting you up individually, but we're showing you how we can move collectively. I'm telling you, when we move collectively, right, it makes all the difference in the world. I
Right.
often say, Unity, it does three things for us, right? One is that it attracts more resources, more intellectual property, more capital, more manpower, right? And it speeds up processes so we can get more done faster, and it condenses time frames. Okay, so we really want you to experience what this is like because we're here to change lives. Matter of fact, Jay and myself, and we have others, right? We measure our own success based on the number of people that we help. Isn't that something? We're like, I can help more people than you. No, you can't. Oh, my people making more than yours. No, they're not. And so that's basically.
Really? That's the conversation you have with Jay about how many people you've helped?
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah, then we're going back and forth in terms of, well, shoot, my people making, $5,000, $6,000 a month. What your people doing? Look, man, my people do. So we go back and forth, and so we're on this crusade to outdo each other in terms of the number of people we can help.
That is amazing, that mindset, because I've heard people say that they like to help people, but I've never heard a challenge between two people saying, how many people have you helped this month? So I put how many people have you helped this month? That is phenomenal. And I just want to share, I know Jay Parker as well. I'm a real estate girl, love real estate, always been attracted to real estate. And I came down here, I think it was 2010. And I came for the summer. And I'm in real estate, so I'm Googling on this website, meetup.com. And I saw Jay Parker, and I went to some of his meetings. I went to other people's meetings, but I just remember Jay as being such a cool individual. And when I tell you, he's like Rodney, he will share the information. You know, you get to some people and you ask them what's going on, like, you know, they got something going on. And you say, oh, what's going on? And they be like, what you mean? I don't know what you talk about. No, not Rodney. Not Jay. Jay will tell you anything and everything. And I remember this latest thing he did. It just touched my heart, where there was, I think, a homeless man, and the man had some skills. So he was helping Jay with one of the houses, and Jay gave him a room to rent. I mean, took him off the street. And then that wasn't it. He also set up a GoFundMe or some kind of collective thing where people poured money for the man. It was phenomenal.
He gave him work too. He put him to work too.
That's right. He put him to work, and then surprised him with a room in the house for him to rent. Can you imagine? That's what community is.
That's right.
Community is seeing your brother, your sister down, sometimes out, right? Showing them, hey, looking at them first. First, you got to actually see them. Because some people don't even see. You know how many people walk by and not even notice the person on the street, right? So first, you got to see and be aware that the person exists. But then to ask them, what type of skills do you have? So Jay could have just gave the guy some money. He was homeless. Could have gave him some money. But no, they had a conversation, found out the guy's skills. Said, hey, you can help me with this. Had the guy help him and then transform his life.
Yeah, and then he raised about, $5,000. So I remember him calling, me and several others and so forth. And so he raised like 5,000 in like a matter of a week. It didn't even take long.
Wow. Can you imagine? That's because Jay has such a big community. So what does community mean to you again, Rodney?
Yeah, I mean, community, first of all, I mean, it starts with family, right? I mean, our slogan is enjoy family more, worry about money less. And of course, the family is the core. And so, family, of course, can look many different ways, these days. It's not always, the husband and wife and the family, right? It can be just, really a group of people that are like-minded that, have, familiar ideas and goals and, wishes and religion and so forth. And, they call themselves family. But the bottom line is that, it has to be this unit of people that are, moving in the same direction and that, will not accept status quo, right? And so, as a community, we believe that, we can change whatever is broken and that we have the power to change it, and that, it's just a matter of taking ownership and taking control of our life and designing it and creating it the way we want it to be. And so the more of us that simply, commune, have like minds, basically communicate as far as sharing information, right? That will do commerce, that will trade, in exchange with one another. Basically we can create, this environment where everybody can win.
Correct. That is so key. Repeat that again. I have to type that in. Ooh, environment where people can win.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to put everyone.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when you're in a community, you feel that some people are getting ahead more or have more of the advantage, but that also has to do with, one, your willingness to learn, two, your willingness to take action, because if you're in a group, you're soaking up the knowledge, but you don't use it, guess what? You might not grow. But if you learn together, move together, and if you see somebody moving slow, reach back and say, hey, what's going on? How can I assist you? Right? So that means you can move together.
Yeah, definitely.
Win.
We track results. I mean, again, that's why we created the Fit Club, because it's really a year-round what we call education, coaching, and training program, and we got these 90-day challenges, because you've heard the saying that it takes 90 days to learn a new habit, and so we focus on building credit, and getting everyone to understand the purpose of credit. That it's not for debt. It's not for basically running up credit cards and buying the latest accessories and name brands and stuff like that, but it is for celebrity perks, frequent flyer miles, hotel rewards and things, and then having a greater return on investment, right? So that's one. And then the second 90 days is dealing with debt elimination, and we're like, look, debt is the enemy of wealth. Okay, it's in your way. It's tying up your cash flow. That $1,000, $1,500 a month, including your mortgages. And so we're not talking about just consumer debt, credit card, car notes. We're talking about all debt. It has to go 10 years or less. And we have, instruments and, vehicles to make that happen. And then the third 90 days is, saving more and building more wealth, and doing it rapidly and doing it massively, right? Because we got, like you said, Stephanie, you got to be in love with money. Money is not a bad thing. It's definitely not the root of all evil. Matter of fact, it's the root of all sovereignty. In other words, it's what gives you and I options. It's what gives us a better life. It's what, allows us to explore the world and to, set a solid foundation for our children to be able to build upon. And so, it's definitely not, this evil thing, and feeling like, oh, it's honorable to be poor, or to be living in austerity. Bump that. No, we we expand our means, right, so that we can live the abundant life, that God declared we should have. And so that's the third 90 days. The fourth 90 days is, increasing income in a passive way, residual way, so that money's coming in from all different sides, so that your life can definitely be better.
And I want you to go back, because I want to type it in. I know you said money is not the root of evil.
Mm-hmm.
So what is money again?
Money is the root of all sovereignty.
The roots. And I'm going to spell it two ways, because of all sovereignty.
Yes.
Forgive me, everybody, if I spell it wrong. I'm going to try to spell it right. Okay. Oh, sovereignty. Okay, spell check. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to post that up, because that is so key. Money is the root. And I did it two ways. Root, because when it's grown underground, the roots, right, it can ever grow.
Mm-hmm.
And then root, it's a direction path.
That's right.
Root, R-O-U-T-E, a direction, a path of all sovereignty.
Mm-hmm.
And what does that mean, sovereignty? Help us out. What does that mean to you?
Sovereignty, it's our right. It's our destiny, right? It's our authority. It's what we have been created to do, to be, right? It's just inherent in terms of our birthright. That's all.
Well, let me tell you, I'm gonna be honest. I wish my father was a millionaire, but not yet. So what inheritance are you talking about? Where is this inheritance coming from?
Well, we know that, in scripture, it says that, we've been giving really all things until, life and godliness, right? That we've been given all things. And so when you think of the idea of a trust, right? And we have an opportunity in our lifetime to, build and create a trust, and to leave rights, leave benefits, right, to those, our heirs, to those that are coming after us. Does that make sense? And and so thus we know that we have, a Heavenly Father who really has set everything up in our favor. And but he did warn us, right? In Deuteronomy, he did warn. He said, now look, I'm gonna send you to this land, and this land, it's supposed to serve you, right? You're supposed to be the head, not the tail, right? You're supposed to be the
Amen.
lender,
Yes.
not the borrower. Now I said, now if you follow these commands, I will set you above, right, and not beneath. Is that what he said? He said, but
Yes. That's
now
right.
if you are disobedient, he said the opposite will be true. And
Mm.
so we have to really, Bible says, consider our ways, because to be honest with you, we haven't done all that we should do. And so family wealth, part of our mission is really to get people back in alignment in terms of
Mm.
those and these precepts, because if we get back in alignment, then everything that we're supposed to have, this abundant life, having surplus and having the ability to create and choose and to go and be and to have, it can be ours, right? Without reservation and without restraint or without limitation.
Right. Wow. You unpacked so much. My brain is hurting, but I want to let people see, family wealth is to get people back in alignment.
Mhm.
Now, we know that a lot of people, including myself, didn't grow up talking about money. I know we had money because Christmas was awesome.
Mhm.
We had a lot of gifts. My family took trips, had clothes, had a house, had food on the table every day. We
Mhm.
ate out sometimes, not often, but we did. Back then, my mama prepared meals. We
Mhm.
didn't eat out much. Now it's the opposite. But I knew we did have money. I know. I didn't know how much, but I think that's a disservice when we don't share with our kids
Mhm.
not only how we make the money. I know our kids know we go to a job and we come home. So that brings home the bacon, right?
Mhm.
But not sitting down with us to share. Okay, guys, I have a mortgage. I have electric. I have this bill, this bill, this bill. This is what I bring in. This is what goes out. And this is what's left. They don't really teach that in schools.
Oh,
So
exactly.
if we don't learn it in school, and if we're not a reader, I'm a reader, but if you're not a reader and you don't listen to other people talking about money, except for your friends, where do you learn it?
Right,
Where do
right.
you learn it? So I'm
Well,
so glad Family Wealth
mhm.
is an organization, it's a company that can teach you what to do, not only what to do with your money, but how to get money. Because I want to go back to the conversation because I want to explore this definitely
Mhm.
before we leave today, because this is so important to me. This is what I'm working for, Rodney. I'm on have you ever heard of the game oh gosh, it just flew out my mind. Robert Kiyosaki's game Cash Flow. Cash Flow?
Yes,
Have you ever played that?
I haven't played it. I've definitely heard of it.
Okay, I got the game. We need to set up a date so we can play this because this game was key to
Mhm.
helping me with my mindset because you're running around the rat race, your daily life,
Mhm.
making money, paying bills, taking care of kids. But then to get out onto the dream track, you have to have where your money exceeds your expenses, your monthly expenses. So I
Mhm.
remember you saying something about passive income
Yes.
and residual income. And I
Mhm.
want you to explain that again, and so I can allow the people to hear it again in case they don't know what passive or residual income, and they're different.
Yes, yes. So I will address that very shortly. I want to give a teaching moment real quick. So when it comes to understanding money, basically there's 5 money rules. Okay, and I wrote it in the book, and it's important for families to have this conversation, and it's definitely important for the kids to learn it as early as possible.
Mhm.
And that is number one. Everyone have heard pay yourself first, right? And so that's key.
Okay.
Whether that's 10% or 20%, especially if you're younger, because you want to create margin for success. You want to create margin for success. And so your money has to be told what to do. It's a servant. It's not a master. Okay, that's number one. Number two is putting giving 10% to a worthy cause. Okay, again, margin for success. So give, and it shall be given it back to you. Pressed down, shaken together, shall be poured in your book. It's a law.
That's one of my favorite scriptures. Say that again.
What's that? Oh, give and it shall be given unto you. Pressed down, shaken together, shall men pour into your bosom.
Okay. There's a song.
Yes.
There's a song for that. I can't sing it right now because they'll tune out. But I love that. Maybe I'll sing it at the end as we go off. But go ahead, pay yourself first.
Right. And then give right. To a worthy cause. There's even a scripture that talks about basically that which you have an abundance of, give that, and that which you have need of will be given to you. It's called the law of equality. All right. And so it's not about what you don't have, it's about what you do have. So give that, right? And that which you need will be given to you. And I live by that principle. And then number three is, you want to save. So saving and paying yourself are two different things. Okay. So saving is saving for emergency funds, saving for, future purchases so that you can avoid debt. Okay. So that's key. That's three.
So saving is different from pay yourself first.
You're right, because pay yourself first is really for wealth building purposes. That is to be preserved for your future and for your legacy.
Okay, that's good. And saving is more for?
It's for emergency funds and for future purchases, because we know that bad things happen to good people. So it's inevitable, right? That's the car gonna break down, appliance gonna break, somebody gonna break the arm, leg, whatever, right? You got to go visit a loved one or whatever the case may be. So it's better to prepare for it versus, having to put that stuff on a credit card and then, pay at the bank schedule. So you want to have those monies already prepared for you so that you may pay down. If you need access to the credit card for the convenience, then come back, pay it right back off, right? Future purchases, what you want to buy, you want to, get holiday gifts, you want to get presents and stuff for people's birthdays.
Take that trip to Jamaica, Mom.
Come on, do that. Ain't nothing wrong with it, but be prepared. Now we understand that, oftentimes we need more income or more surplus, or perhaps just even more discipline, right, for these things to occur. And then number four is that you want to manage. That you want to minimize your taxes and your debt. Okay, because again, we're paying way too much in taxes and we're carrying way too much debt. And then lastly, we want to manage the spending with a plan. Okay, so we want to avoid a lot of fees, bank fees, ATM fees, and things like that, right? We want to avoid a lot of subscription costs and stuff like that can add up, insufficient funds and all that kind of stuff. So we got to be mindful of, spending and fees and excess and so forth, so that, our monies are always going to work for us. So those five are basic principles and rules that everyone must abide by to be financially successful.
Wow. Wow. Guys, this is so phenomenal. If you have any comments, please share what you are thinking about the concepts that Rodney is sharing. This is just phenomenal. And I'm going to plug it again. Take Back Your Wealth, right? All of what Rodney is talking about is in his book, and you can get your copy. How much is it, Rodney?
Yeah, it's $25 for the print on demand on Amazon, or $9.99 for the Kindle version there, and it's lack2abundance.com.
Lack2abundance.com. I'm gonna put that on so somebody could see it. Give me a minute. That's the book, Take Back Your Wealth, Moving from Lack to Abundance, and it's a pretty thick book. I started reading it. I'm going to be honest, because we talk all the time and I hear from you. I didn't finish reading it. I'm on page, 56, because I have so many things at me, so many books. But I do want to take a chance to share my next brain child, my next vision, my next thing. Now, I've always wanted to This is key, guys, and this is huge because I'm saying it in public, so I got to stand behind my word and take action, right? But sometimes that's what it needs to happen for me to move. So I've always wanted to do a book club. And a lot of times now, because of COVID, you cannot do person-to-person book club. So I want to do a virtual book club. And I want this to be the first book. Why? Because people are hurting. With last year shut down, and even some people are not working because of COVID, right? Businesses have shut down. And, I know they just printed more money and we got, $600? But that ain't enough. That didn't even cover most people's rent or mortgage payment, right? So it is very important that we learn about money. We learn about taking back our wealth. Mm-hmm. We are so stuck on using our credit cards. And I'll be honest, I only have 3 credit cards. Most of them are max. So I've been using my money from my debit, right? But at least I don't have any more debt accruing. But I want to eliminate those 3 credit cards. This year, I'm making an announcement. I'm getting rid of them. So I'm going to take back my wealth. So that way I can travel. That's what I love to do. I want to travel. So I'm putting it out there. All the people that are listening, that is going to hear, Take Back Your Wealth. Stephanie D. Morris is going to have a virtual book club. It's going to start in March. How about that? This is going to be the March book of the month. Take Back Your Wealth. So I'm going to share how I am going to schedule it, the day, how we're going to read and talk about it so that we can learn, grow, get wealthy together, and take vacations together. My travel partner is online, Miss Tara. She said, let your money work for you.
Go ahead.
Yes. We need to let our money work for us. And we are travel partners. We're going to Jamaica Mon in June to celebrate her wedding. So anybody want to travel to Jamaica, here's a plug. Get with me or get with Tara Lyles. We'll hook you up. We are going to an all-inclusive. All-inclusive. I'm so excited. And that's what you can do when you prepare, right? And you pay yourself first. That's not the savings. That's the pay yourself first. And that's so strange. I want to talk about that too, because when you're in, let's say, a religious setting, they say pay God first. So how is number 1, pay yourself first? Because number 2, you say is giving 10% to a worthy cause. So that number 1, paying yourself first, might go against a lot of people and say, no, I got to pay God first. Mm-hmm. Do you want to talk about that right quick? Or do you?
Yeah, I will. And then I'll get back to that, the other question that you had about the passive residual income. So when we talk about pay yourself first and then give, 10% to a worthy cause and then save, well, it's not about, in terms of priority, because the bottom line is that all 3 of them are equally important. Now, that's the part that's not being shared, but everyone really needs to understand that it's not about debating, what's first, second, and third, because all 3 of them are equally important. And that's the part that everyone really needs to understand.
Great. Thank you for clearing that up. And now we're on to passive and residual income. What's the difference?
Yeah, so certainly, the idea of passive is that, this is money that you don't have to work as hard for, right? This is money that you can certainly make in your sleep, and monies that, can really outpace you, outrun you, right? It's supposed to be in competition with your active income. The top 1% of America has about 66% of their income being non-labor related. And so that's key. And so we set that as a benchmark in terms of, from a community standpoint of looking at our total income and then, pushing that needle upwards, to that 2/3 of that income, being passive and residual. Of course, residual is you do something one time and then you're still getting paid, year in, year out from the one thing that you did. So that could be from royalties, right? From, music, or from books, or, from drama, or, entertainment, or whatever the case may be. And residual, of course, what else can be from, an annuity, right? You got a lump sum, and then now that lump sum is being paid out over, extended period of time. So, those things are important. And one thing to understand is that if everyone is going to master that, in our community, we're moving everyone towards the first hurdle of that, which is passive income of $24,000 or more, and then 48,000, and then 96,000, and so on, to replace earned income. But the key to creating passive and residual is understanding leverage of OPS, other people's systems, meaning we don't have to build it. We can build upon what's existing, right? OPM, we've heard that in terms of other people money, but then there's also other people manpower. And so the elite certainly have mastered that. That's why they have corporations. That's why we work for those corporations early on. And that's why, unfortunately, we make them a ton of money. So it's time that we do that for ourselves, that we build upon existing systems, and that we leverage our gifts and talents of one another, right? And that we build wealth, not for a corporation, but we build it for ourselves. And that's what Family Wealth is doing differently.
Okay, now I heard you say other people's money, and then I was typing. So what was the other one? You had a third one, other people
Manpower.
Oh, manpower. Wow. Mm-hmm. And that's an employer. That's what you do when you own a business. You use other people's manpower to build your business.
Your business. Right. Now we've seen that, oftentimes in network marketing as well. And so we have a different view on network marketing. So we now are presenting really a hybrid of network marketing, which is taking advantage of two models that has been in the marketplace. One is the corporate model, where there's roles, responsibility, recognition, and rewards, where everyone comes with their specific gift and talent, right? So they just focus on that area, and so that we may uncap that income for them. And then the network marketing side, we know that there's basically products, promotions, profits being shared, based on volume. And so we want to create a greater success model. So instead of 97% of the people failing in that space, we really want to increase that to 70% of the people winning in that space. And so we're achieving that through a hybrid of corporate and network marketing combined.
Wow. Now you opened up a whole nother can of worms for network marketing. We got 2 minutes left. So we are not going to explore that. But what I do want you to share again, Mr. Rodney, this has been phenomenal. Thank you. I want you to share with the people, for those that joined late, what's going on tonight at 8 p.m. They need to know.
Yes, definitely. So we want to invite everyone. We had a great session last week, so we opened it up to the public. We want to invite everyone in to take a peek at what we're doing, with the Fit Club and with some of our Fit Club super coaches like Jay Parker. We got several that will be joining us throughout the months, throughout this whole year. And so you definitely want to be a part of that. You can simply go to Eventbrite, and then you can type in get mentally prepared for greater success. And you can basically go ahead and register for it tonight. We start at 8 o'clock sharp, and we'll look forward to having everyone on.
Great. And that's eventbrite.com. I'm going to post that right quick. So Mr. Jay Parker, the cash flow guru, he's involved with real estate and businesses. So you guys want to connect tonight, please. It's free. All that it takes is your time, time, your time, and opening up your mind to something new. And you register on Eventbrite, and it's get mentally prepared for great success. 8 p.m. tonight, Thursday, February 18th. So I want to thank you, Rodney, for jumping on my broadcast, my show today. Rodney's book, Take Back Your Wealth. Moving from Lack to Abundance. You can order it at www.lacktoabundance.com. And please do so, because March, we will be reading this on my virtual book club. So stay tuned, because we want to become wealthy. We want to leave a legacy, not debt, right, for our family. So please, there is so much to unpack with wealth that is more than an hour conversation. So I'm sure Rodney will be back again. Connect to him on familywealthtoday.com, and also join our club. We are moving toward success, wealth, and success. Familywealthfitclub.com, right? So I want to thank everyone for joining us on Heart to Heart Conversations with Stephanie, episode 3. It's a money thing, and it is 1:00. And I just want to say thank you for tuning in. Any last remarks, Rodney?
Again, we're just thankful to be on the show, and we look forward to really serving and meeting everyone real soon.
Thank you. It's about community, family, wealth, guys. Come on, let's join the program. Thank you, and I will see you next week. Stay tuned. Bye-bye now.
Bye.